Hi guys, it's me Lewis, and today I'm here to give my thoughts and opinions on the PlayStation experience, which happened this year a couple of days ago. Now, honest to God, when I heard this announcement, I think last week, I said to myself, you know what, I might as well watch it and see what happens. See if Sony's got any good shit going on, because usually around when it came to the PS3 and obviously the early launch of the PS4, nothing really interests me besides a few third-party titles there and there. But the PlayStation experience that happened a couple of days ago made me fucking jizz my pants with happiness and put a big smile on my face, because they brought back not one, not two, but three classic PlayStation games being remastered for the PlayStation 4. And let's start off with one of them. Crash Bandicoot, the End Trilogy, Insane Trilogy, sorry, Insane Trilogy. I'm trying to remember the fucking title of the name. I do apologise. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Now, obviously, yeah, I didn't scream from the top of my lungs from one of the specific classic PlayStation game that I remember playing back in the day, which they announced at PlayStation Experience, which I'll get to in a minute. Obviously, I lost my fucking mind when Sean, the guy who wore that Crash Bandicoot t-shirt 2 years ago, and now at the PlayStation Experience he wore the Wipeout t-shirt, which I'll get to later on. Sean announced back at E3 about the Crash Bandicoot trilogy being remastered from the ground up for the PlayStation 4. Now they've shown the actual trailer for it. Honest to God, I didn't scream from the top of my lungs. All I could do was smile. I was smiling throughout the entire trailer, because it brought back so many memories. Playing Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3 from the PlayStation 1. It was, oh god, looking back at what what the three Crash Bandicoot games used to look like back then, and looking at the updated version now, looks fucking amazing. And funny enough, I actually know the guy who voices Dr. Cortex, the main villain that we all love to hate. His name is Lex Lang, and he's actually very happy to come back to play as Dr. Cortex again, which is absolutely amazing. And they're bringing back every single character from Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot's girlfriend Twana Bandicoot, who was that. Who still is that sex symbol to this day? Yeah, especially for a children's game. But very yeah, you'd be surprised by that shit. And also Crash's sister, Coco Bandicoot. They're also bringing back every single boss in that game, from Papu Papu to Pinstripe, Tiny Tiger. Tiny Tiger is one of my favorite fucking characters, by the way, in the Crash Bandicoot series. Tiny Squash Bandicoots. Sorry, I had to fucking do it. What is it? The Komodo Brothers, Koala Kong, Ripperoo, Engine, Embryo, and of course Dr. Neo Cortex. It just brings back so many goddamn memories, just seeing the characters like come back in a big way like that. I'm telling you right now, Sony has won. Sony has officially won, let's make a deal between me and me and you. Okay, let's make a deal. If Nintendo doesn't announce a new F-Zero around January or February or March, I'll get a PS4. Just for Crash Bandicoot and the two other PlayStation titles I'll get to in a minute. Which one of them I'm going to get to right now. So, like I mentioned before about Sean wearing the Wipeout t-shirt, this video made me scream from the top of my fucking lungs. The Wipeout Omega Collection. This fucking game. Oh my god, yes, Sony. Thank you. I'm so glad that Sony has acknowledged the fact that the Wipeout series is not dead. I repeat, is not fucking dead. I'm glad it's still alive. And the one thing that still bothers me is that Sony disband Studio Liverpool, which is a company that developed the Wipeout series in my hometown, by the way. Disband the fucking company for no reason at all, and they just decided to bring back Wipeout HD, Wipeout Fury, and Wipeout 2048, the three Wipeout games that everyone loved, back on the PlayStation 3 and Vita. And they've redone it a little bit. They've upped and the lighting effects and the graphics and the visuals and the details seem to be a lot better as well. And they've added more shine to the ships itself. So yeah, you're good. So yeah, if you ever come across me online on online multiplayer on the Wipeout Omega collection, just be warned. I am a fucking badass with Pfizer, Mirage, and Goteki 45. Those are my three favorite fucking ships, by the way. I love those ships. Mirage has got the best fucking design out of all of them. Sorry, I'm just being a cocky little prick. But yeah, Wipeout HD, Wipeout Fury, Wipeout 2048. It just puts a huge fucking smile on my face, because, you know, it's taken me back playing the first Wipeout game back on the PlayStation 1, and playing Wipeout 2095 or 2097. I keep forgetting which number it was at the end of that title. Then after that we had Wipeout 3, Wipeout Fusion, Wipeout Pure, and Wipeout Pulse, and all. And there's just so many fucking Wipeout games. I think the next one's gonna be Wipeout bullshit, I guess. I think that's what it's gonna be called. But jokes aside, Wipeout HD and Wipeout Fury are basically two similar games from each other, except the ships are slightly different from each other. They've got the same racetracks and shit like that. But Wipeout 2048, on the other hand, has got Wipeout 2048 is basically the prequel to how Wipeout started from the beginning. So yeah, we're all gonna come across each other online on that fucking game, no matter which version of Wipeout it is. So yeah, the Wipeout Omega collection. So fucking happy that shit is happening on the PS4, because I've been waiting for a new Wipeout game to come on the PS4 for quite some time now, and I'm so happy that it's come back as a remastered or a brand new Wipeout game. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm glad that's happened. And speaking of another remaster, here's the third and final PlayStation 1 game that's coming back as a remaster. Parappa the Rapper. To anyone who remembers playing that, but Joe, this is actually one game I always forget to mention this game so many fucking times. Parappa the Rapper is actually one of my #1 favorite music rhythm type games ever. Step on the gas. Honestly, the songs are so recognizable. It's just listening to them once more with better sound quality is great. Because what is it? The main founder of Sony, Sony Computer Entertainment, I would say, and also the PlayStation. He said we got a new trailer for you, and I think you're gonna like it. And I said to myself, okay, fair enough. Then you hear Parappa the Rapper's voice saying, "I gotta believe." My jaw just dropped. It was the most unexpected shit I was not expecting. That was the most unexpected shit I wasn't prepared for, and I'm glad I wasn't prepared for it, because I'm just so happy that we got 3 classic PlayStation games coming back in a big fucking way. Oh god, Sony, Joe, I'm gonna have to get a PS4 if Nintendo doesn't announce a new F-Zero, that is. But honestly, I'm so fucking thrilled that Crash Bandicoot, Wipeout, and Parappa the Rapper have came back so fucking big. And let's move on to the third party titles. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity. Now, obviously, we've heard the recent rumors that happened like a week ago, I believe, where had a picture of like a number 4, which turned out to be false. But the Marvel vs. Capcom thing is coming, which obviously they've announced at PlayStation Experience. And tons of Mega Man fans lost their fucking minds. They saw Mega Man X. So at least we can give Capcom some credit that they've resurrected him from the dead. They've fixed his circuits and shit like that. Mega Man X, which a lot of people were just so fucking pleased to see him again. Ryu, obviously, he's obviously going to be in every fucking fighting game. So obviously, he's obviously the main poster boy of Street Fighter. Of course, makes sense. Iron Man, we saw him as well, and Captain Marvel saw her as well. Which seeing Captain Marvel in that trailer, it kind of tells us that the X-Men aren't coming back at all. They've pretty much Marvel and Disney don't fully own the rights to X-Men anymore, which also includes Deadpool and the Fantastic Four. Which kind of sucks because I really want 20th Century Fox to get behind this so they can put the X-Men in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity. That would have been great. But who knows? I mean, who knows? I might just be over exaggerating a little bit. I might be jumping into conclusions, which I hope I am, because I really want to see Deadpool again. But here's the thing, right? I'm going to be dead honest with everyone, right? I was never really that hyped up for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity, and there's two reasons for that. Reason number one: Capcom fucked up with Street Fighter V by putting in less content, and all they gave a shit about was the fucking Evo and esports tournaments. So that right there, I'm just gonna keep my hype to a low minimum for now, until I find out that if the game does have like tons and tons of fucking content, then yeah, I'll get fucking hyped up for it. And reason number two is that Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was actually one of the Marvel vs. Capcom games I absolutely hated ever. And here's why: the game was far too fucking intense. It was honest God, the animation frames were far too fucking fast. You couldn't perform the certain moves that you wanted to perform because it always performed the wrong ones for you. You can't make one single fuck up in that game, and that's what annoyed me so damn much. They've tightened it way too much, and that's what made it so annoying to play. And I'm hoping Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity have actually managed to like loosen it up a little bit, where you can like perform any fucking move you want, which I'm hoping would be awesome. But since I really want to see Deadpool come back, which I doubt he will be. The only two Marvel characters that I can think of that can fit in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity well is Venom and Carnage, the two well-known symbiotes from the Spider-Man comics. So it would make sense because think about it, because in this game you're gonna have the Avengers, you're gonna have Guardians of the Galaxy, you're gonna have Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, of course, which we've already saw in the trailer. You're gonna be seeing all sorts, which I think is absolutely fucking amazing. But yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity, I've seen the gameplay as well. It does look pretty good, but I'm just gonna keep my hype of that game at a low minimum for now. So, just bearing up, I should have mentioned this from the beginning. I'm not gonna cover every single fucking PlayStation game because a lot of them I was just like, meh. The next game which wasn't really shown off at stage, but I've seen it on the PlayStation YouTube channel. It's a brand new fighting game that's coming to the Xbox One, PS4, and PC, and that's called Omen of Sorrow. It's how can I explain this? It looks like they've took the designs from Castlevania and made it into a fighting game. Because for example, you've got a Castlevania Medieval Knight Reject. You've got a mad scientist on steroids. You've got the Saberwolf clone, and you've got a female demon who has a nice boot-hair, by the way, a nice demon boot-hair. I would definitely go to hell for that shit. But that aside, seeing the early, just keep in mind just keep in mind, people, this is the early version of the gameplay, by the way. It still needs a lot of improvements. Omen of Sorrow, I have to say, does look incredibly slow. It needs to be a little bit more fast paced, and it needs to be more flashy and a bit more bloody as well, because it's a game that it's basically the entire game takes place in like an 18th century steampunk medieval-ish type of like environments with environments, and also the characters look very steampunkish and medieval at the same time. So from what I've heard from this game is that you've got medieval knights, mad scientists, Stapleworth clones, sexy female demons, what is it? Vampires. What is it? What is it? A Robin Hood reject as well. You got all sorts. But yeah, don't get me wrong. Brand new fighting games are welcome to the genre. I'm perfectly fine with that, as long as it's fucking great. Omen of Sorrow needs a lot of improvements if I'm gonna fucking buy the game, because seeing the gameplay, I said to myself, it looks alright. It just needs some improvements there and there, and you know I'm good to go. Yeah, that's actually, to be honest, that's actually the final bit I wanted to cover up for this video. So yeah, that's a lot of time for it, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what PlayStation games were you excited for from the PlayStation experience. Okay, guys, peace out.